Hey, what up, YouTube? I meant to make this video a couple days ago, but I've been chilling, relaxing. I'm on my winter break. Currently, you know, I got my 2 weeks, my two weeks paid off, from teaching. So I just want to relax. Friday, I'm pretty sure most teachers ran out the school. They might have gotten their cars quicker than the kids did. Saturday, we got to watch college football. It was weird. I don't know why. I have no idea why we had NFL games on a Saturday. And the thing is, like, the matchups were like, these are actually like top tier matchups. Like, these aren't just like, like, these are the type of matchups you see in the playoffs. Like, these are the teams that are playing each other right now. So that one was kind of weird because it's like, I completely did not tune in. Like, I think I want to say Friday was Notre Dame, Indiana. And then Saturday, you had, three more college football playoff games. And that's what I wanted to watch, NFL, I guess they're like, well, I don't know. I'll Google it later. Like, why did we have two essentially kind of prime time matchup NFL games on a Saturday instead of on Sunday or a Monday or even a Thursday? I don't know. But today's Sunday. Right now the Bears game is on. It's on behind me. I'm not even watching because right now it's the Bears and we're not going to win this game. We're playing the Lions. So it is what it is. But I want to make this video real quick because, of course, we were all hoping and praying that we would get that announcement before we went into this whole winter break situation. I'm still kind of expecting at least this announcement to hopefully go no further than the first week of 2025, potentially maybe second week, but hopefully it goes no further than the first week of 2025. So, yeah. Right now, I was pretty pessimistic about NIU ended up in the Missouri Valley. I actually think there's potentially a decent chance of NIU ending up in the Missouri Valley, and this goes back to some things that, some folks had brought up, just a little bit of research, and it was like, this actually might work out. Like, most folks want an NIU in the Missouri Valley because in comparison to the Ohio Valley, in comparison to the Horizon League, Missouri Valley is a bit more competitive in basketball, right? The Missouri Valley, compared to out of the three, it's a bit tougher. It's a bit more competitive. They get a bit more looks. I even just heard that CHSN, Chicago Sports Network, they're going to be playing Missouri Valley games. So I was like, okay, that's actually kind of big. Because you'll essentially get to see these games locally. And for those who haven't been able to watch any Bulls games or anything like that, I highly advise go on Amazon, get you a digital antenna. It doesn't really take that long to get all that stuff working. Like, if you have a newer TV, a smart TV, literally all you have to do is hook up the antenna, plug it into the power source, and then just do the search function for channels. And for the most part, the TV will do its job and it'll find all the digital channels. Yeah, I mean, like, it took literally seconds to get the thing going. And there we go. I'm back to being able to watch Bulls games. And the quality is pretty dang good. I live in Chicago, so I don't know if that's a factor into the quality. If you're a little bit further out in the burbs, you might want to make sure you get something decent that has some range to it. But yeah, I highly advise, do not pay for Chicago Sports Network unless you're like out of the state, right? That would be the only reason you're paying for that. If you live in the city of Chicago or a surrounding suburb, or even if you're further out, right, do not pay for CHSN. Just get an antenna and you should be good. So like I was saying, Missouri Valley Conference basketball games for sure, at least. I don't know if they mentioned any other sports, but basketball games, they're going to start airing their games. And I'm like, that's actually pretty huge. Because one of the comments I had made, this is all on Twitter. When I'm talking about comments, I'm either talking about Facebook or I'm talking about Twitter. Seeing that instantly, I was like, would there be some way, somehow, some possibility that some sort of deal, who knows what, could be brokered, right? Where you could see NIU games, maybe a certain handful of NIU games end up being aired on CHSN. I think that would be pretty legit. That would be pretty nice. Right. And of course, this is something that's like, because NIU is going to the Mountain West. Like, it would take something crazy at this point to happen for NIU to not go to the Mountain West. What proves that NIU is going to the Mountain West, or at least what proves that NIU is not going to the Mountain West, is the simple fact that, we finally did get an announcement, and that announcement pretty much stated that we weren't going to hear anything, or we weren't going to get anything official until the new year. That announcement also easily could have said that NIU did get an offer for football-only membership, and we have declined it. That's how that would be worded. That's how that would be stated. You wouldn't make an announcement to, be like, well, we're going to make another announcement, and then come January, whatever, 2025, NIU's like, yeah, we're not joining the Mountain West. If that happens, it needs to be NIU's not joining the Mountain West because NIU is joining the PAC or joining the American or something like that. Because it'd have been like, this just doesn't make sense. Why would we waste the time just to end up being like, yeah, we're not going to the Mountain West? So this is just kind of sort of telling you we're going to the Mountain West. We're also going to comment on the fact that, well, if we're going to the Mountain West for football only, yes, we do need to find a landing spot for the rest of our sports. Right? I want to say A.D. Frazier did comment that there's been multiple conferences with interest in our other sports. So what that's looking like is, it brings me back to the topic of this convo, why the Missouri Valley could actually end up that landing spot. Like I said, there was plenty of people who wanted Missouri Valley purely for the simple fact that it is a competitive conference at the Division I level. That's not FBS, right? So, I mean, it is an FCS football conference, but, just Division I in general, right? You had Indiana State, solid, right? You got Missouri State, solid, and you have, you got Bradley. You got 4 Illinois schools that are actually in the Missouri Valley. Bradley, Illinois State, SIU Carbondale, and UIC. It's literally the perfect landing spot for NIU. My only thought was, going into this, and I had said it in multiple other videos, I was like, do they want 5 Illinois schools? Do they really want 5 Illinois schools? I was like, just do they? Is it worth adding another one? Because you could just add NIU to Ohio Valley, and then they would have 4, right? The current state is this. NIU, and the reason why my pessimism has gone to optimism, NIU literally would be perfectly lining up with Missouri State joining Conference USA as a full member. I want to say they are, I want to say they're leaving for football come next season, and then the rest of their sports would be joining 2026. I believe that that's the case, or it might be the other way around, but I'm pretty sure football is going up next season for 2025. And then after that, everything else is going to Conference USA. It literally perfectly aligns with NIU. Right, NIU still going to be in the MAC next year. We're not joining the Mountain West just right away. We have one last season in the Mid-American Conference, and then 2026 is when NIU would be joining the Mountain West Conference, and that lines up perfectly with Missouri State leaving to join the Conference USA. So we would basically slot right in where they're leaving. Now, it would not be for football. So I'm not sure if all their current members also are football members as well. Not 100% sure. But at least for basketball, if we join, they basically are still at 12 for basketball. That's what it's looking like. The other reason where this optimism has now come from, NIU's already an affiliate member. I don't know if many people knew that, if people really did the research. I mean, it's public knowledge. It was pretty much there. Did like a 3-second Google search. NIU is a recent affiliate member for men's soccer. So, right, our men's soccer team is playing there. It wouldn't hurt at all just to be like, we got men's basketball, women's basketball, baseball, softball. You can take all of these other sports, right? It's a natural fit, right? It would be great for the rest of the state of Illinois. It'd be great for all the other surrounding member states, right? Let's just add an NIU. That's where it just makes a lot of sense now, right? We already are an affiliate member. Ohio Valley, on the other hand, we're not an affiliate member. They have, I believe, 3 Illinois schools. So they have Eastern and Western Illinois. And I also believe they have SIU Edwardsville. So Carbondale is in the Missouri Valley. Edwardsville is in the Ohio Valley. Now, you could be like, well, you get Eastern, Western, Southern, and Northern if NIU were to join the Ohio Valley, right? So now you have 4 Ohio schools. We would actually get them to 12 members for basketball because currently they're sitting at 11. So adding us, they would be at 12, right? If we look at the Horizon League, there's no Illinois presence at all. So it's like you have literally members in states that essentially surround Illinois, but they have no Illinois membership at all. So adding Northern Illinois, I think for the Horizon League would be great for the Horizon League almost more than it would be for NIU, right? Versus, like I said, at least if you join Ohio Valley, you have some in-state teams to play against. You join the Missouri Valley, you have in-state teams to play against. And like I said, your soccer team's already there. So after some time and some thought, I do think now, right, the Missouri Valley might be actually where NIU's landing. That's what that's what everybody wants, right? We want NIU to land into Missouri Valley. Hopefully, with NIU joining the Mountain West Conference and bringing in some money, right? You have to realize, like, that benefits all athletics, not just the football team. It benefits all athletics. So maybe, just maybe, right, we move from the MAC to the Missouri Valley. The Missouri Valley seems like they're pretty serious. Like, they're not joking when it comes to basketball. Like, they're a bit more serious, right? Maybe this leads to NIU taking some of this money we would have coming in, and we're like, we need to get the basketball program up and running for real, right? Because we don't want to be in the Missouri Valley and just be getting beat by everybody, right? We just played Illinois State, got smoked, right? I don't want to see us play any of these other teams in the Missouri Valley that are actually doing better than Illinois State, because I don't even think Illinois State is like, I think they were like, I think they're middle of the pack right now in the Missouri Valley. There's not even like they're the best team in the Missouri Valley. And they just beat the hell, like, they beat us. Like, they straight up beat us. I don't know why our basketball team, our pro, like, I don't know what the hell's going on when it comes to basketball. We should be a lot better than what we are. So hopefully, right, this leads to some changes. This leads to something. But yeah, I think the Missouri Valley, like I said, I think a lot of people want the Missouri Valley because of, if you had to choose between the three, it is the more serious when it comes to basketball. My thing is more of, it just honestly just makes more sense when it comes to basketball. So, right, I think the Mountain West for football only, I think that's a done deal. I think the Missouri Valley or Ohio Valley or Horizon League, whichever one of these conferences that NIU has essentially ended up going into partnership with and joining, I even think that's a done deal. I just think we just won't find out because of this. The reason why this has been pushed back, you have two sports that NIU sponsors that Missouri Valley, Ohio Valley, Horizon League, I don't think sponsor. And I probably have to go back and check, but I'm pretty sure they don't. And it's wrestling and gymnastics. Wrestling, I think wrestling and gymnastics are the two sports that are essentially kind of holding us back in the sense of making this announcement official on, who's going to go where, what's going on. The MAC was actually one of the few wrestling conferences that that exist, that's available. But it seems like if NIU leaves, right, then it has I think NIU leaving for football only created the domino effect of, the MAC being like, well, NIU, if you leave for football, everything else has to go, right? There is no, you leave for football and everything else can stay. It was, you leave for football, you're out. So that's what has led to NIU having to find another spot for the rest of their sports, even wrestling. So maybe, just maybe, the MAC might be like, okay, everything else is gone. Wrestling, okay, we can come to some sort of agreement, something, or wrestling can stay, So you might still have a MAC presence wrestling. But it seems like that might not be the case. Best bet and biggest, the number one hope is that NIU wrestling can end up in the Big 12. So the Big 12 actually sponsors wrestling and gymnastics. So I don't know if the thing right now is trying to, we're trying to figure out, can, Big 12, are y'all willing to take us for wrestling and gymnastics? Or we're trying to find just some other conference somewhere where it's like, okay, wrestling can go here, gymnastics, you can go over there. One of the conferences that would be huge, which would be amazing, for wrestling, would be the Big Ten, but the Big Ten has no affiliate members, and it doesn't seem like they're going to take an affiliate member ever. So, yeah, like, I don't see the Big Ten being like, oh yeah, NIU can come over here for wrestling and gymnastics, and no. The ACC, maybe some sort of slight chance, maybe, but I think the odds are also low with the ACC. I don't think that's going to happen, right? Long story short, it's just trying to find a conference that makes sense. Because even with geographically, like, if this whole thing is about travel, it's right, you want to find something that, yeah, like, your wrestling team isn't going to have to travel across the country or super out of the way just to compete. So we'll see, but I think I'm speculating that wrestling and gymnastics may be the only reason we did not get an announcement before going into this Christmas break. Other than that, I think, yeah, the Mountain West, and I use the Mountain West, is a done deal. I even think the rest of our sports, when it comes to like basketball and things like that, I think we may have even already found a landing spot for them. We just won't know until we get something for potential. I think it's wrestling and gymnastics. So other than that, peace.